All right, here we are for Mastery Monday. It is August 17th, 2020. I'm so happy for you all to be here. Thanks for you those for being on video so I can see you. It's always nice to see your faces. Today, we are going to be integrating the new codes that have been coming through. Woo, how's everyone been doing over the last 5 days or so? It got pretty intense there again, really intense. So, hey, Robin, I see you. So what we'll be doing, I'll just give you the brief rundown of how Mastery Monday works for all of you who are new, and for those of you who return, I appreciate you being here again. So what we'll do is we'll do a short coherence meditation just to open the space. And then I'll share with you what I'm seeing in the field, on the frequencies, the codes coming in, and then we'll go into the topic of conversation, get any comments, feedback, questions from you, and then we'll go into a nice activation meditation for our experience here for integrating these codes. It's really exciting. So in the replay that I send out, you'll see that it is on YouTube, but I do keep that unlisted. It's just for the people who have the link. So some people are like, oh, I'm public. And so I used to do them public, but now I'm keeping them just for us. And also, so you don't have to worry about your sharing. Your sharing is not going to go out to, it's only going to go out to the list of people who are on, who are subscribed to my list. So it is going to go out to more than the people who are just here. So if you ever do want to come on and share through talking or on chat, then if you do come on and talk and you don't want this to go out to anybody else but who's present, just let me know and I'll pause the recording so we can keep what you want to share private if you wish to. So good morning. Thank you. Yes, it's been intense. Yes, Mariah, thank you. All right, so let's begin. Let's start with a short coherence meditation. Just take a deep breath into our bodies, and if you're in a safe place to, close your eyes. Just allow this moment for you. Allow this moment for your connection with yourself. Breathing into your body, bringing all of your attention and your awareness to your breath and your body, allowing yourself to adjust your body if there's any tension or discomfort. If you need to adjust yourself in your seat to be more comfortable, please do. And again, just bringing all of your awareness right here, right now, with your breath. With every breath, just becoming more aware of yourself in this space. Now, letting go of anything that has come to pass before our time together here and everything that's to come to pass after. It's right here, right now. Breathing into the body and calling in all of your awareness, your higher awareness, your soul self, being connected in with what is true for you and your soul, your higher wisdom. Inviting this to your consciousness, the surface of your being, to activate in all the cells of your body so that we can be really present Oh my goodness, how did I get muted? I am so sorry, everyone. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't know how I got muted. Here I am closing my eyes, doing this wonderful meditation. Seeing you all, feeling well. Okay, so I'll do that again. Sorry about that. I wonder how that happened. I guess the energy just blipped out. So everyone, let's do this again. Yeah, everyone's muted, but I don't know how I got muted. So let's just take a deep breath and close our eyes and come into the space together again. I can't even talk now. I'm all muddled up. So great. All right. We need some way that you can we can chime into everyone if they're muted. All right. So great. Let's take a moment, close our eyes. Just go into a space of connection with ourselves, with our breath. Bringing yourself really present here in this moment, in this connection with yourself, breathing all of your awareness here in this moment. Letting go of anything that has come to pass before our time together here and everything that is going to come to pass after. It's really breathing into your bodies, allowing yourself to get comfortable in your body so that you can be in a space to fully receive and explore and expand and grow in our time together here. Allowing yourself to deepen into yourself with every breath, calling in your higher self, your soul, knowing that it is within you, is bringing it to your conscious awareness, the higher self, the higher capacity, wisdom, knowledge, abilities of yourself to be present here in this space. And centering into your body, and call in a white or golden light into the center of your head, into the higher conscious centers of your head, as well as the heart, calling in this golden white light into your heart. Expanding in the heart. And then this golden white light down into the base of the spine. So the whole center channel of your body is a nice light. From the center of your head down to the base of your spine. And then breathing that light through your whole body, asking for all of your body, your mind, and your heart, your soul to be in harmony, to be in balance, to be in full communication and connection. And to receive all that you're here to receive today, to awaken and activate and be more of who you are. And in this moment, bringing into your heart awareness all that are present, all that are here. Extending your awareness to opening into the capacity of everyone that's here, so that you may be in the awareness and connection of our collective intelligence, our connective wisdom, in support of each other, in support of ourselves, in unity. Thank you. Then bringing your awareness to yourself again, knowing that we all are here connected in this field to support each other, allowing ourselves to be who we are in a safe, sacred space. Good. Taking a deep breath and opening your eyes if you wish to. I'm going to be sharing now what I've been. Thank you all for taking part in that meditation now that you were able to hear me. Yes. So, wow, what an incredible past week we've had. was just really in this experience of noticing on a cellular level the depth of shift that's happening in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls, every aspect wanting to calibrate and integrate in with the new codes that are coming in, which are all about being in this expansion of the, what do you want to call it, the spiral harmonic of even the infinity symbol. I'm just seeing all of these symbols, the old ones fade away, and the new ones that are not new, but they've all been with us, but just the spiral and the infinity symbol being this self-generating energy just really coming online right now in the planet. And I know a lot of people are like, I can't sleep, I'm exhausted, I'm having body pain, or it's really emotional, it's all of this stuff. And that's going to happen when our bodies, I mean, everything is shifting, and so it's just throwing out of our cells. It's kind of like it's basically a detox. We're going through this massive cleanse right now. We have been all year, and this is just taking it to the next level, the next upgrade. And so I'll give you a real experience of how I was coming into the awareness of this. So I took a few days off, and I went to the hot springs area of Arkansas on the Crystal Grid to go camping and just be with my son and be away from the computer and everything, and go take him crystal digging. And we were out on a hike on the lake. We're doing this 4-mile loop hike on the lake, and I was just feeling this incredible amount of tension, and it was just like, and I'm like, okay, I'm here in nature, like in this beautiful space, and I am just feeling like every particle of my being just feeling like just and through my whole being. And it was really kind of unnerving in a bit. And the night before we had camped, and I didn't sleep well. I mean, we were basically sleeping right on top of Crystal. Like right when we pulled into the campground, my son went out and started exploring, and he found 2 nice clear crystal points, right there in the campsite, just hanging out on the surface of the ground. And so we're just sleeping right on top of the crystal, and I couldn't sleep. And so the next day I was kind of feeling the tiredness, but as I was breathing into this, as we were hiking, I'm like, what is this? What is this coming through? What is my body feeling? What is this resistance, this tension, this friction? And I was feeling this powerful feeling of wanting to be empty. And then I was feeling full at the same time. I was just feeling these complete opposites happening in my body in such a way that I'm like, well, what do I focus on? Empty or full, empty or full. and it was like, there was no in between. There was no in between place. Either I was feeling both of them so powerfully at the same time. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to breathe them together. It's kind of like being in that infinity symbol. I'm just going to let the energies weave as they need to throughout my body, and release this idea of needing to do anything or the resistance of my cells and my body. And I just remember just breathing into this. I wanted to go live, but there's no service out there, which is actually really nice. So and share the experience at the time. And as I was breathing into this, and I was just feeling this integration of this feeling of full and empty in my body at the same time, I started to realize, like, wow, all of nature, I was even feeling the trees, like they're feeling stressed right now. I was like, I've never felt, except for trees in distress, feeling stressed, like this forest just felt stressed. And I was like, wow, what is happening? And as I was breathing into this, I felt on a cellular level, as I was integrating this energy, like I was breathing into this tree. I was just feeling into this tree, I had my hand on this tree, and I was seeing the energy run up the tree and then just pop. I would see this energy bubble just pop in the tree, and then this whole new vibrations going through the tree. And then I noticed that it was happening in my body once I got integrated with it. It was like, wow, on a cellular level, all these old programs and ratios were just like bursting, and these new energies were integrating and taking shape and taking form. And of course the body is going to be feeling some tension, some friction. And so I was just like, okay, now that I know what's happening, my body is just taking in this new energy and totally recalibrating. I am just going to walk, and I am just going to let it be what it is. And anytime I'm feeling any sort of resistance or tension, I'm just going to breathe into it and just let that breath of flow, take that moment of reprieve and relaxation. And so when I tapped into the crystalline grid of the planet as we were walking in the sun and the central sun and just seeing what was happening as on a collective level, as well as the earth, the nature, our bodies itself, I was seeing just all these incredible beings just like holding space around the earth and around the sun, and just watching even these higher angels, archangels, whatever, going through their own transformation, going through their own transition with these higher frequencies. And it was just this full on energy coming through the central sun. And so over time, what I've seen the central sun do is go from, this kind of like horizontal plane of existence through a vertical and then the spiral, and then just expand as if, birthing a whole new star system. And so we're basically coming into our true system. Like, we've been living in this distorted system for so long that the energies that were meant to actually exist within the capacity of life itself are being birthed, and now it's just filtering down into our systems. And the new operating system, the new codes, is really not new, as if any of you listen to the event, so a lot of us are on the same page of what we're witnessing. It's just the natural rhythm of the body, the natural rhythm of the DNA, where we are embodying all the DNA of existence. There's no separation anymore. That's what we're shifting out of, is separation. So we're shifting out of the separation codes into unity codes. And so what's going to happen is our bodies are going to take on every aspect of DNA and systems, especially those star systems that we're the closest to, right? So for me, a lot of Syrian energy was coming in, and Syrian DNA was activating. And so I'm curious from you, of anybody who wants to share of what your experience has been, what maybe some downloads, upgrades you were conscious of receiving. And then I'll go into, ways to integrate, and then we'll go into the meditation, because it's one of those things that is just incredible to witness. It's really incredible to witness. I didn't know exactly the depth of what would be happening in my lifetime with these shifts, but I'm like, wow, it's full on. This is really full on. There's no holding back anymore with these upgrades. It's just going to keep happening and happening until we are truly birthing within ourselves our own creative capacities, as well as Emma, you have a question. Yeah, please. You can unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for this. This is very new to me,
Okay.
that I'm letting myself experience this.
Okay.
And since the Lionsgate and doing some meditations with David Manning, and connecting with you, I'm noticing a lot of light. Like, I'm sitting in the sun and really feeling it, connection with the sun and feeling that. And when I meditate, especially yesterday, was a lot of blue, indigo, an infinity symbol kind of feeling, the center of it being at my heart. And I love it. And I'm noticing when I'm experiencing it kind of almost coming from inside me, I don't know if that's true, I feel scared. I feel a little overwhelmed by it. And I don't know whether that is a sign that I need to go easy, or whether it's a sign that's just, I've been hiding and shutting this down all this time. I'm bound to feel scared. I just thought I'd ask.
Well, thanks, Emma. I really appreciate you sharing. And I noticed for a lot of people in the beginning, it is scary of like, whoa, what are these things happening in my body and in my field and in my space? And the next time you feel that, just breathe into it and say, okay, well, am I in harm? Or is this just my body wanting to calibrate and be a part of what is true for me. And that infinity symbol being in your own body, it is true because, when we get into this unity space, there is nothing outside of us. Everything is actually happening within us. And the more it's outside and in us, but it's really, going to be generating within us. And that's why we start to feel it and start to have these visions and start to have these sensations and experiences with colors and frequencies and vibrations, because it's all the same, the colors, light, frequency, vibration. And so I think it's beautiful that you're, having these experiences. And so just be easeful with yourself. If it does feel like too much, it's like, whoa, just take a breath, and you can actually communicate with your body and with your field and say, okay, this is a little scary. And I'm asking for my body and my field to just come into a frequency of experience right now that's just more comfortable for my capacity at this time. And that I'm going to grow in my capacity to receive and to experience and my comfortability with it. And just take that breath, right? And just let it be a easeful, gentle experience for yourself. And then, honestly, sometimes the energies do come in so strong. And even if we do work with the commanding of our frequencies, it's just like, okay, we just have to sit there and breathe with it, but let it do its thing. Cause sometimes it's strong. It's really strong. And it sometimes can feel really overpowering. And that also shows you in a way too of how powerful you are and the capacity that you do have to flow and to be in this experience. So then it's just going, okay, there's fear, but I'm just going to breathe through the fear and let this come in, and it'll pass, and then I'll have my time to integrate and reflect on it, and I'm just going to be as present and aware and conscious of it right here and now in the moment as I can be, so that I can pay attention to what's happening. So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, thank you very much. And
You're
it
welcome.
reminds me that I've always been frightened of my own power. So time to stop.
It's time to embrace it. Yeah. And just say, okay, I feel it
That's
coming
right.
up. I'm just going to breathe into it, embrace that fear, and say, I love you. And let's just do this together anyways.
Oh, thank you for that reframe. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Emma. I
you for your
appreciate it.
presence and help. You've definitely been a big catalyst for me these past few weeks.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Emma. Yes. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Mariah, you have your hand up. Let's, if you want to mute yourself, go for it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hi, Kristen. How are you? I enjoyed the event very much. Thank you very much for for being who you are, for the lack
Thank
of
you.
better words.
No, that's perfect. Thank you.
Because the timing, it's been, I mean, since March, everything has been, I've been catapulted. That's all, that's the only way I can say. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, I'm embracing it, but whoa, it's like when it comes down to your physical and everything else under the sun, it's like, oh. So to reach out to everything that's been online, and it's been such a support, and I'm so grateful for Source to provide all of you that come online, because it can be kind of like isolating, you're going, whoa, wait a minute, am I the only one going through this? And you were so right on with, I don't know, synchronicity, because I've felt the same thing that you felt this past week.
Yeah.
I mean, my body was big. Okay, time to go to sleep now, your normal bedtime. And as soon as I lay down, everything started buzzing and everything. And I'm going, okay, I guess we're not going to sleep for a while. So I'd get up again. And so the lady before me, Alma, kind of addressed a lot of what I'm going through, and you answered pretty much, so I'm not going to repeat. I have been getting physical manifestation like the past 2-3 months, like tightness in my rib cage and the lower chakra. Lower chakra, root chakra is gone. So that's, I guess.
That's good. Yeah.
That's good. But the rib cage is I noticed just talking to you, the left side now is clear. Now it's the right side that's going, okay, we're keeping up.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be expanding.
Yes.
So the body is kind of trying to accommodate this expansion. That's my understanding of it.
Yeah.
From what myself. So last night I couldn't sleep again. I mean, my room smelled like a lavender field. And it was
Yeah,
and
beautiful.
at one point I just said, okay, well, if I'll just let go, surrender to it. And eventually I fell asleep, but
Yeah, good.
I guess it's a constant surrendering.
Yeah.
It's a constant surrendering to the moment. And so that's my comment. I'm glad you're there so I can reach out to you every Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mariah, for sharing. You're so welcome. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's interesting, just to be aware and just to take those moments of recognizing, and like you said, surrender, surrendering into what's taking place for us, and allowing it to just be what it is. If we get into a space of wanting to judge it or stop it or go into fear or restriction around it, it just creates more tension. But that's also a signal information. Whatever we're wanting to do around it, is usually some information for us to go, I'm going to I'm going to think about this and ponder this and see if there's any information in it that I need to know for this to be an allowance, for me to be able to surrender, for me to be able to be in more awareness of what's taking place. And it is fascinating at night. It's like, okay, why does it have to happen at night? But it makes sense, because during the day we're busy with this and that, and at night when we finally are just ready to be in our subconscious mode of experience, all of that stuff is just going to be taking more space in our awareness, just like dream time. And so it's actually what I do at night a lot of times when I can't sleep is I'll meditate. I'll just get up and meditate, or find a book that I can work with to integrate in with the information that's coming through. It's like, it's the energy, the frequency of it is in alignment with that. And a lot of times what I find, if I do that, meditate or find something relaxing like that to do, my body can finally just integrate with it, and I can go to sleep. I can just soften into it and go to sleep. So
That's
yeah.
great tip. I'll try that.
Thank you. Yeah, because then the meditation also allows for more conscious awareness around it. If we just go into mindful meditation, then we can just enter into the field of what's happening in a more subtle way. Yeah, for us to be present with it. So thank you. Yeah. All right. Does anyone else want to share? I could take one more person and then we'll go into the activation integration.
I'd like to share.
Hi.
Somebody
Hi,
else.
Fiona. No, please.
Hello there. I'd rather you turned off the recorder if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about emotions and how emotions come up when we're going through this experience. And so emotions, when they come up through this, it's a really good idea to not judge ourselves about it and just be really present with them. Maybe if we're in a moment where, we find ourselves getting angry or snapping at somebody or just whatever it is, just taking a moment and saying, okay, I did that, but maybe what I needed to do right now is just go take some space to myself. Right? Just go take some space to myself, recognize where all this is coming from, and take a moment to do that inner reflection work. And then when we feel ready, engage with people again. And I know for some of us who are around people all day or with children, it can be a little more challenging. That can be for me sometimes, but then it's just a moment. I just take a moment and breathe and say, okay, what's happening here? What's really happening, because it's not them, we can't put the blame on other people for the way we feel, but it's like, it's not really them. What's happening inside of me? And just allow it. That's another place of allowance and letting things be what they are, right? Not having to stop or create something different. Go, okay, what's happening? And then if it's just something coming up that may seem in the moment trivial, or we can't take that longer reflection time in the moment, then we set it aside for later. We say, okay, that happened. I want to know something, but I'm just going to set it aside for later, and I'll come into meditation around it, later on, or reflection around it later on. And and just allow that to be a part of the process, as this is a cleanse. It's gonna bring stuff up, and we're gonna have to just, move through it the best that we can. And reach out for help if you have people that you can talk to, or just, say, I just need to let this out. I just need to let this out. And I really just would love for you to just sit here and witness me or hear me. And then maybe, if you feel called to help me work with it. So yeah, emotions is energy in motion. Yeah, it's all energy, and a lot of it's stuck in our bodies, in our energy bodies, from all emotions, from all these experiences, because we haven't been taught how to be like children. They get mad and rampage, rah, and the next minute they're like, oh, I'm not mad, I'm fine. It's like, they move on. We move on unless it really traumatized us in some way, right? And it really embedded, or we experienced it over and over again and it got embedded. But most of the time, let's just let it flow and move and let it be in motion and on its way, right? So yeah, let's see, Julie and Roger. Yes, I will get to you. I'm sorry, your hand isn't raised on the thing here, so I'm not sure why it's not raised, but I will call on you in a moment. So Julie, does this energy affect everyone, whether they know it or not? Do you need to be receptive to the energy? That's a great question. I get that question a lot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hang on, Roger. I'm going to answer Julie's question and then you can come on, okay?
Screen's frozen. The screen froze then. Can you hear me?
My screen froze?
Yeah, no, the whole screen froze. Yeah. I actually don't know how, with Zoom, do you actually know how to put your hand up without...
Okay, well, can you hang on a moment? I was answering someone's question and
I
then...
apologize.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just hang on one moment. Yeah. So I appreciate it, Roger. So this is a great question of, does this energy affect everyone? And yes, it does. It's just to the level of our consciousness of how we're going to work with it, or how it's even going to come into our conscious awareness that it's happening, right? And so what I notice with a lot of people who are just in the status quo, the normal life, doing their thing, and there's no spiritual, some of them get blasted and they're like, whoa, what's happening? And it wakes them up and they start, experiencing it. Or they're just living every day and they might have things happen to them or come up in their consciousness and their physical reality, but because of they're not in a spiritual, or they're not, I don't even like using the word spiritual, but they're not in a conscious awareness of what it is, they just might think, oh, I gotta go to the doctor, something happened, or, oh, that was weird, that happened, but it's never attributed to, any of this that we're speaking about. And so in unity, as I said, we're moving out of separation. In unity, all of this is happening to everything, and from microscopic all the way up to the macroscopic. So there's not, and so it's just really the level of consciousness of people to be aware of it and work with it, or not. And some aren't, some aren't. You're welcome. Some are not here and they don't have to do that. They're here to do what they're doing, and that's okay. We don't need to judge that or try to change it or anything. We just need to, support them in what they're doing, or not be involved with them at all, right? It's the experience of our lives. So thank you for asking that. Okay, Roger, go for it.
I apologize. I hadn't realized, is there another way you can put your hand up? I'm new to this Zoom stuff. Besides physically putting it up.
Yeah, so when you go down to participants,
okay,
check there, and then on participants, you should be able to see next to your name an option to raise your hand. Aha,
magic. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I didn't know that. Well, yeah. Great topic. Morning, Chris. Great topic. Hi, this and hi. Extraordinary. Greetings from Sedona, by the way. And it looks as though we've got another couple of Brits here as well. As originally, as you know, I am from England. Amazing energies at the moment. As you may know, a couple. I tend to put all my thoughts down in poetry, and I've been experiencing I'm writing like 2 or 3 poems every single day at the moment, and I'd like, if I may, just to share a short one with you that I just wrote yesterday that's very much on this topic. Can I do that?
Yes, please. Yeah.
It's called Star Seeds. Come with me and I will take you on a journey to the stars. We will travel to the planets, walk on Mercury and Mars. It will all seem so familiar as we float through time and space, back to playgrounds where life flourished long before the human race. You will realize we are star seeds sent to Earth to shine our light. Now we are a formless spirit flying through the dark of night. Further out into the cosmos, galaxies unknown to man, rediscovering long lost secrets, how the universe began. Scientists' theories here are shattered. Love and joy are all around. Silent worlds before our history signal we are homeward bound. Hold my hand for this adventure. Destination is unknown. We are searching in the ether for the seeds that once were sown. Dreams of magic now unfolding, miracles before our eyes. We are with the seers and wizards dancing in the endless skies. When we return to our bodies, bringing kindness to our soil, we will have the gift of knowledge, letting go of stress and toil. Come with me and I will take you on a journey to the stars. It will be a ride of wonder. All that we desire is ours. It's just one of the many that I wrote. That I just wrote that one yesterday. So they all come channel through me, and thank you for letting me share that. I hope you enjoyed that.
I did. It's really beautiful. It's a nice weaving together of everything that's happening and taking place, and it's so it really puts it into a nice perspective of ease and grace and flow and beauty. Yeah.
Thank you. And you were talking a little earlier, you know, about night and stuff. I mean, being here in Sedona, we've got incredible, you know, night skies at the moment. I mean, I just look out there in awe and realize, you know, this tiny little speck on this vast universe of universes. It's just so extraordinary. And I think these are great and amazing and powerful times. And I mean, I feel the energies so much. That's why I wanted to tune in today when I saw that this was your subject. So I won't take up any more of your time, but thank you.
No, you're getting beautiful thank yous and very sweets in the chat, so that's wonderful. Yeah, no, I really appreciate your reflection and your awareness and the ability to put it into words, Roger. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. So, all right. So I have two more hands raised, and if we could make them, you know, just a little more brief, and then so we can go into the activation, meditation, integration portion. So Nancy first, and then Gloria. Thank you. Hi, Nancy, you can unmute yourself. Nancy, are you still with us? Nancy Dubois. Hello. Okay, well, how about Gloria? How about Gloria, you come on, and then, hi, Gloria.
Hello.
Hi.
Kristen, I have a question for you, and it occurred to me when you were talking about cleansing, and this is a time of cleansing, is I've had a odd cough that is so undiagnosed for the past several months, and I've been tested for COVID. I've had the x-rays, and they cannot find anything, but I have a real bad, I mean, I breathe, I cough, and I can't do any meditations because the minute I breathe in, I cough, like I just go into spasm and can't cough. Can that be a cleansing that is old, like grief or old energies that are being invited to come up because I've been doing this work with listening to these calls and things like that? Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Gloria, for asking. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. It can be, excuse me, it can definitely be a sign. And as you were speaking, I was noticing, if I may, you know, share this with you right now, as my body is starting to bring up stuff with this, is it just made me see this part of you that wants to like share and express, and it's been held down and not in the space. So I'm just curious, I feel like it's a cleanse of old you know, grief, and the word intolerance is coming too, and I'm not sure if you resonate with that word, but that's the word that's coming up right now.
Well,
so yeah,
definitely both of them, because as a child I was just, you know, made wrong for everything, and as a child I was basically being told that I was too creative, like my art was creative, but for my mom it was just a mess. And I was, even though I was a quiet little thing, I was always shoved to my room to be a nothing. And I became a very invisible person. And I know that as I've gotten, especially in my golden years, I have really had this desire to do something meaningful with my life. And it's almost like now I cannot suppress that. But I noticed that because I turned 65 in January, that's kind of when my cough started. And I did experience, unfortunately, I lost my children. They're with God. I've had pretty well almost everybody I've known or every family member. I've only got one person left in my life, and it feels like I'm purging, but it hasn't been good. So if you can give me some kind of helpful way to bring it up and make it easier and make the transition easier, I'd be very grateful for that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, thank you for sharing all of that. And it seems like it's a very powerful, space that you're in with your, experience of shifting into your own creative self again, but then also dealing with, the grief, right? And so it's like our expression here and the grief that gets held in our lungs and the cough that you're having, just makes sense in how to weave in. So is there anything that you can do with your expression, with your art, with what you want to, work through the grief and work through this purging? And so that's what I'm hearing is like put it all into your artistic expression of what that meaningfulness is in your life, and just start wherever you feel called to. Like where's that spark in you that wants to create something, and start drawing or writing or whatever that creative piece is that wants to flow through and start to flow, and you can work around it with the grief. Does that sound like something that would work for you?
Yes, and it has been. I have an art room, and I've been kind of going in there, and then for some reason lately, I've been getting called to do something, but I haven't been feeling well enough, so I haven't been doing anything. But I'll make more of an effort because it's really important.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Yeah, it's kind of like the priority. Make it, because what I'm seeing is that the more you let that energy flow, the more energy you'll have, and then your body will come online, right? With it, and you'll be able to heal faster because you're coming into that creative, generative energy.
Yes, thank you. That's reaffirms that I'm on the right path. I just have to start getting on the path. I've been walking in nature in the woods, and that really helps a lot because I followed you. You talked about that, so thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
You're so
And I
welcome.
love these calls.
Good luck to you. Yeah, may it flow for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Robin, for being here. So I want to read a couple comments here, and then Nancy, you can come on and speak. So Debbie, you said you got tingles when she was talking. I got that she needs to just feel all the pain and cry or get angry for a minute or whatever, just to process all of those bottled up and tamped down emotions so they can clear. You have to empty them out. Yeah, I feel that. Definitely. Let's let them out. And and Emma, I just want to tell you, Roger, I don't know if you're reading the chat, but Emma enjoyed the poem. Sense of companionship reminded me I can trust whatever's offering me its hand to hold. Yeah, that companionship. Yeah. Yeah. And Deborah is asking, or she's in the Facebook group, and she's making this comment right now that I hear a lot of people. So I want to share this one, where how long do these ascension symptoms take? Because my body is been going through it since May 31st, and it's taking its toll. So many mixed feelings, allowing it all, feeling my body and being present versus anxiety and fear. It's a lot of work. It is. It can be. And so one of the things that it's going to take however long it's going to take. There's no prescribed timeline for this, especially because we're all so unique and individual in what we have stored in our bodies, what we have coming through for us. So it's interesting that the allowing, it's kind of, we just have to go, the whole, I'm going to say the cliche is go with the flow, and do the best you can to support your body, support your emotions, support your experiencing what you're experiencing. And that's one of the main things I do in my work with people is see what's coming up, and let's do the clearing, let's do the transformation around the things that are happening in the body, in the emotional field, in the lung, everywhere that there's stuff trapped. Let's do some catalyst work. Let's get in there. Let's get conscious of it. Let's get to the root and let's move it through, right? Energetically, mentally, emotionally, consciously, so that your body, there might not be such a long period of time that you're experiencing challenging things going on. The energy is trying to move through a channel in your body, right? Because that can happen, is if the energy is trying to move through your body and it can't, because there's still this energy being held around certain things in the body, it can take its toll. And that's how we start to have physical problems, when energy is trying to move and there's stuff going on. So yeah. So hi Malika, I will get a hold of you. Okay, thanks for asking, I appreciate it. So yes, so it's just an opportunity to, whenever we're feeling that in our bodies, whenever we're feeling it in our emotions, it's really allowing ourselves to take that breath and take that time to witness ourselves. Breathe into it and ask yourself, what is this? And being okay with letting what come to the surface come to the surface. If it's an old memory or an old pattern or an old, whatever it is, just going, okay, if this is what's causing the pain or the anxiety or the fear, then what can I do to work with it, to shift it, so that it's not, so that this energy isn't bumping up against it and causing all this anxiety and fear, because all that stuff is still unconscious. So that's the inner work. That's the inner transformation. That's what we're being called to do in this time, right? And that's what I'm here for, to help you through it. So, all right, Nancy, you still wanted to come on. So let's take you, Nancy, and then we'll go into the integration. I appreciate everyone that's been sharing.
Are you able to hear me now?
Hi, yes, thank you. Yeah, we couldn't hear you if you came on earlier. Thank you. Yeah.
My inexperience with computers, so I apologize. For the last speaker, the last person that was on, a little help from me to you as a beloved sister of yours is just to start nurturing yourself. Find that self in you, just like when you have a child, when the child's in distress, you go in and you hold it, you love it, and you talk it through, telling you you're going to be all right, you're loved. Do that to yourself and start strengthening that core within you. And then that strength, as that strengthens, you'll be able to deal with this better. And so be kind and loving and gentle and passionate with yourself. And that will help you. And for me, I too had a I can't sleep night the other night before last. Last night I was so tired I could have slept through anything, but the night before was that way. But for me, the exciting part was about a week ago. I went into my normal meditation first thing in the morning, and I began to set up my routine in my meditation, and all of a sudden we interrupt this station for an important message, and here I was. And I'm in the process of manifesting a spiritual community that I'm going to create, that is in the process of being created. And I couldn't figure out how it was supposed to be laid out. And so all of a sudden, I saw the whole thing, just like a flash. And it's going to be laid out like the crop circles. And so that when you see it from a higher level, you can see the whole pattern, which is part of our spiritual journey, that when we see it from a high level, we get to see the whole pattern. So this is how we're going to build the community, lay it out in these patterns so that it'll be visible to the people that live there. The energy will be that way, and they'll have a visual material look at how they live. So I was so full of energy with this. It was a flash. I went outside and sat with one of my roommates here, and she has a very energetic dog, and the dog will kiss me now. And I held out my hand to pet her, and she put her paw in my hand. Now, while this is going on, and I'm explaining this to my friend, all my crows, the crows are my totem animals in the neighborhood, were screeching and yelling, and they brought in all the other birds in the neighborhood were also chirping, and all different breeds of birds were all in this symphony of pay attention, pay attention.
Mm.
And the dog then put her paw in my hand. And when I pulled my hand away, she continued to put her paw in my hand, totally out of character.
Hmm.
My friend then saw that we should have trolleys on zip lines where people could, we would park our cars off site in a parking garage. Anyway, the whole plan came. We were both in that energy. The birds were in that energy. The dog was in that energy. And our other roommate, who was separate from this, came out right in the middle of this huge energy vortex, just powerful. She came out with an idea of housing. So I just want you to know that we are evolving into this place because this is how we're going to be manifesting.
Yeah.
And it will be instantaneously, the plans will come and it all comes together. But it's not just us, we're emitting that energy out into the ether, the animals, the trees, the crystals, we're all evolving. So they all participated in this one moment.
That's really beautiful, Nancy. Thank you. Yes. And that was one of the pieces that I wanted to oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So one of the pieces I wanted to share was that in this, you know, the whole instant manifestation thing is definitely coming online. And I really appreciate you sharing that experience, because it's like with these heightened frequencies, with this heightened energy, whatever we're putting our awareness on, our focus on, you know, this has always been the case, right? With manifestation, whatever you focus on grows, right? And so now with these really heightened frequencies, it's going to be really powerful to see what takes place really quickly in our space when we align with those higher frequencies and we focus our energy, how quickly things can move and shift and change. And, you know, just like I was experiencing, like, okay, for an example, just how quickly we even can change our inner space. So when I feel these, you know, restrictions and constrictions and resistances in my body, you know, and I'm feeling maybe, you know, I'm feeling, you know, that how when we feel that, sometimes it can be more angry and more emotional or whatever. If I just breathe into that space and say, wow, okay, I don't, you know, that's not really something I want to be experiencing in my space. So what do I want? This is what I want. And when we really put all of our attention and our focus into that, boom, it's like I just feel my whole body shift. It's like, oh yeah, get online. It's online now. And so that's how fast. And then when we're in that space, when we're focusing on what we want to create, the connections we'd like to have or the experiences we'd like to have, it's just like, boom, the field is open. The field is open and ready to meet us.
Yes.
Right? The field is always open and ready to meet us. And we just need to be open and ready to meet the field, you know?
Yeah.
And so you put yourself in that place to be open and ready to meet the field. And it was like, all right, let's do this then, right?
Ready, set, go.
Yeah, ready, set, go. Good for you, Nancy. I think it's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
You're
And
very
it is
welcome.
so true. It's like that connection that we can have with nature and the crystals, just like I was experiencing this past weekend. The communication is so alive. And we're all online. And when we get into that synchronicity, like, wow, the powerful experiences that can happen are really amazing. And it's interesting. I just wanted to say, Nancy, that if you didn't see this in the chat, that she thanks you and she felt you and appreciated your loving message. We'll do it. Thanks. So
Awesome.
and
Yeah.
that Roger was saying that he's just writing a poem about crop circles. Seriously. Yeah.
Yes, the energy field is open. We can all communicate.
Yeah. So Beverly, yeah. So Beverly, you have this one question, then I do want to get into the activation because I usually try to keep this around an hour. And so, but we've had so many beautiful shares and I really appreciate all of you coming in today and sharing. So what is it when we do not know what we want? Well, then just stay open to letting that come in, right? I mean, that's a good question because I mean, if say you're feeling sad or something, what maybe you can go, well, what is it okay for me to feel sad right now? And if I don't want to feel sad, what would I rather be feeling? Right? What would I rather be feeling? And if I'm okay with being sad, then I'm just going to sit here and be sad and be okay with it, not have any judgment or constriction around it. I'm just going to let myself be sad, or angry or mad or in life in general. If we don't know what we want yet, that's okay. It's totally okay, because then you get to go into a space of exploration, right? You get to go into a space of exploring yourself in life and what do you call it? And this earth and this planet in general. Just get to explore. In your mind, you can say, "Oh, would I want that? How would that feel? What would that be like? Maybe, ooh, what would that be like?" It's just kind of let yourself, maybe have a little adventurous exploration. If you think of something comes into your mind and you can go do it out in your world, go try it, go see what it's like for yourself, right? So it's really, yeah. It's really letting yourself just be yourself and explore yourself. And I had to do that for a while too, just kind of explore things until I realized what I truly wanted, and things, definitely became more clear and definitely shifted from what I thought I wanted. And that was okay. That was okay. Yeah, Astrid, I feel the opposites in a big way at the moment. Lots brought up to work through, life changing. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. Thank you, Astrid. Yeah, I look forward to being in a session with you too. Appreciate it. Yeah, so Eagle Song Woman, thank you for being here and asking, can you quickly speak of what something costs and wanting to attract the money to buy it? Yeah, so when we look at something, because I know we can really get caught up in a number and how we feel about that number and how we feel about how it works with our budget or our life. And so, with anything that we want to manifest in our life, we start with our feeling first, our qualities first. What would that experience bring you of having that something, right? So it's freeing yourself from the bounds of having to buy it or the money number that's on it, right? And so what you can do is go, okay, well, what would that bring into my life to have that? And then I'm going to raise my frequency, right? My havingness frequency to really have it. I have it right now. I'm going to feel it so intensely in my body, in my space, in my experience, that it's right here, right now. And just keep raising your frequency with it. Keep raising your frequency with it. And you can sit within a day, several days, doing this to where you become so abundant with that thing itself, that what you do is you align yourself to the attraction and the frequency of having it. And that abundance of having it can come into your space, right? Because you're not thinking about the money. Or you can go, that's how much it costs. I'm going to raise my frequency to meet that number. I'm going to raise my frequency to meet that number. Everything in my experience is meeting that number right now. And if you want to, I'm going to surpass that number. But I'm at a frequency match. And so you can just really work with raising your frequency. And so you can do one way of not thinking about the money at all and just raising your frequency to have it and be in the experience of having it. Or you can work with the number and work with your body and your field to keep feeling yourself being a vibrational match with that number, to call in, to be at a frequency level to call in that number to you. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's do this. Let's go into, I'm going to try to keep this at 10 minutes because I do have something to transition to. I'm sorry. But I do wanted to mention that I am going to be starting a mastermind. So it's going to be similar to this, but it's going to be longer, like 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours probably max, 2 or 2.5 hours to really just go in deep, really go in deep and do a lot of this as well, that we can connect on twice a month and really go into some of these topics more deeply. So let's go into meditation. So just stay tuned for that email coming out of the invitation to that. So let's take a deep breath into our bodies. Let's close our eyes for a moment. And I'm just going to welcome you into the meditation for integrating the current codes and frequencies we're experiencing to shift our bodies and our minds and our energetic fields into the true soul level holographic natural fields that we are. So we're taking a deep breath into the body, and again, let's center into the center of the body, into the center of our head with that golden light. And if you don't visualize, that's okay. Just allowing the intention and the invitation of a vibration of gold to be in the center of your head, into the center of the pineal gland, the higher mind centers. And then bringing that into, letting that flow down into the heart, through the higher heart center of the thymus gland between the throat and the heart, and down through the heart. And down into the base of the spine, the whole center channel of the body. This golden white light. And then breathing it through every cell of the body. Every cell of the body. Allowing yourself to recognize yourself as the light body you are. We are light. Breathing into this light on every cell of the body. Connecting with yourself, your higher consciousness, your soul, all that you are. And then allowing yourself to just ask for any space in your body that is really receiving this information, this shift that may need some attention or transformation right now. What would it be? Just breathing into the body. Where is your body needing attention or transformation right now? Or your mind or your emotions? Where are you right now? What needs attention? Just breathing into that and allowing this golden white light to go there. If it's your whole, if you just want to breathe it through your whole body to ask for harmony and balance to go through your whole system, that's fine. But there's a specific area in your mind, in your heart, in your emotional field, or in your body that's coming to you for attention, for any transformation. Is breathe this golden white light around it and through it, asking this golden white light to bring any information to you that you need to know, or to bring some resolution or release of any constriction or restriction around any energies, thoughts, emotions, patterns, beliefs, memories. Just to allow it to dissolve or burn up or go away, whichever way of releasing it works for you. And just take a moment in your breath and do this with yourself for a moment. Good. Just breathing through, letting any awareness come in around what you're experiencing. Taking a deep breath into the body, knowing that this is something that will continue to take place in transformation as we go through this meditation, as well as you can come back to it to do any more conscious awareness work around it. And breathing through the body, breathing into every cell of the body right now with this golden light, just asking and receiving and telling the body that all of this new code of energy that wants to come in to calibrate all of your DNA, all the cellular functions of your body, mind, all your fields, to integrate with ease through all the cells of your body, and that as it comes in, to really anchor in and ground into every cell of the body so that you can receive all of the experience and information that you need at this time, and ease of transition into this new way of being. And just being okay with what's taking place in this moment right now, however it's showing up. Good. And just again, breathing this golden white light through the body, asking for all of this integration to be harmonious and allowing you to have a greater capacity of conscious awareness of yourself, of all that is taking place and all that is to be transformed and known and worked with, all of your capabilities and abilities coming into your conscious awareness to work with more ease. And so I'm seeing, just allowing a flow of energy from the top of your head, seeing a white light, a waterfall going down from the top of your head through your body and through your energy body to bring in any nurturing, any ease, any easing of any fears or anxieties or discomforts. Just letting this white light of nurturing, soft energy come in as these energies are calibrating through the system. And just asking if there's anything that you need to know right now that can assist you in your daily life. Anything you need to know to assist you in your daily life with this experience. Good. And just receive that and be open to exploring it. And then asking if there's any tools or practices or ways of being that will help support you in this experience. Just receiving what you receive. And if you don't receive anything, that's okay. Just knowing that you've opened this channel of communication to receive and that you will. Good. And then bringing in the qualities of who you want to be, who you are, what you would like to experience in your day moving forward, in your week, in your month. What are the qualities that you want to embody? Just allow yourself to feel them right now, to experience them. And let this be your vibration, your frequency at this moment. Whatever experiences that you want to have. Good. And breathing those qualities of being, those experiences of being into every cell of your body, allowing them to integrate with these changes that are going on in the body and through the body. And then extending ourselves into the planet Earth, this beautiful planet Earth that's also going through these shifts and changes, and imagining yourself just tapping into the center of the earth, the pure center heart of the earth, to integrate your energy with the earth's energy, because we're all changing into the same dynamic at the same time. So sending our love and support to the earth and also receiving it from the earth. Just intending to connect in with the center of the earth. You can also move the energy down through your body into the center of the earth. And then bringing our awareness to our sun. The sun that gives us the light and the heat and also delivers us these powerful codes of change, just calibrating in and connecting with the sun and being in a supportive, healing connection with the sun. Calibrating in with the sun energy as we're calibrating in the light of our bodies in this shifting of the codes in our body. And then intending also to connect in with the center of the central sun that is a part of sending out these codes through our sun and into us, the earth, and everything that exists. This place that source energy works through. It's calibrating and connecting in with this larger field of experience. And breathing back through the sun to the center of the earth and into your own body. Releasing the connection, just the connection in this moment. We're always connected, but just centering into the center of your body again, to the center of your head, and the center of your heart, and to the center of the base of your spine, grounding into your own body with your breath. Recognizing yourself as a reflection of the macro cosmic experience that's happening, that your body is all of it. Your mind, your energy field. Just asking your body and your energy field to come into a frequency, a space of energy that will allow you to go forward in your day with more ease and grace and focus and joy and love. Allowing your energy body, if you're really expanded, to just come a little closer to your body so that you can integrate in a more grounded way into the body. And asking from this space forward to go through this time and experience with more integration, more conscious integration of yourself, of who you are and what's happening in this experience. Good. And extending gratitude to yourself for being here today. And extending gratitude for all who are here present with you in this space now, and all who will be present during the replay. Allowing all of this to help you expand and grow into who you truly are. And all your gifts, your capacities to shine forth in your expression, as well as everything that needs to be transformed to be healed and loved. Good. Take a deep breath into the body, calling all of your attention into your body, your awareness, feeling your body. Good. Good. And just opening your eyes when you feel ready, take your time. I just want to extend thank you for taking part in this meditation activation and being present here today with us. Yes, I do appreciate every single one of you who is here. And yes, so thank you everyone. I am going to transition to the next thing that I need to do. Normally this is usually just an hour, so we went over today. And so I love all of you, and I did a little bit of, the closing meditation there with the gratitude, but just being aware of our field going forth in the day, of the support and connection. And may you all move forward with more peace and love and beauty in your hearts. And I'll be sending out the replay of this for you all to experience again, or if you missed any part of it, you can do it then as well. So much love to you. We'll see you next time. And again, like I said, I'll be doing the mastermind, which is going to be a much more integrated, longer, more teaching and exploration. I'll be sending that out soon. So much love to you. Enjoy your day, and may you just sit and bask in this energy for longer and throughout your day. Much love to you. Peace. Oh, and I just wanted to say, usually we do a follow-up after the meditation activation too, just see how you're all doing and what you experienced, but I apologize, we don't have time for that today. So we'll do it next time. Okay, see you.